Hi, I'm Raylyn Worcester, and this is Spreading the Word. That's Word with capital W, as in the written Word, the Bible, and the Word made flesh, Jesus Christ. I'm reading to you another article from The Bigger Picture. This one is called Predicted or Planned. History repeats itself. We can look to the past and see patterns and cycles that can alert us to what is to come. If the cycle that has been repeated 3 times previously holds true, as we shared in our article Fourscore, History Repeats Itself, then World War III is imminent. Is it possible, though, that this war has not just been predicted, but has actually been planned many years ago and is about to come to fruition? The creator of everything, God, has a plan for mankind. For I know the plans that I have for you, plans for good and not for evil, to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. Satan, or Lucifer, the god of this world, has a plan for mankind too. The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. John 10:10. Each has his servants in place to help bring about his plan. Which plan would include a world war? Is it possible Satan has servants in place to bring it about? There is a cult, religion, fraternity, call them what you will, that has been around for a long time, called the Freemasons. You may be familiar with their Masonic Lodge. Most cities have at least one. On its surface, Freemasonry seems harmless, even good. They do a lot for the community and those less fortunate than themselves. Our first president, George Washington, was a Freemason. But further down the line, in the higher ranks, we find Freemasonry's true agenda. They have a sect called the Illuminati, or Enlightened Ones, who admittedly follow the light bearer, which is Latin for Lucifer. They've risen to the highest ranks of power in our society via usury. They are world bankers, lawyers, politicians, people who can make things happen. We see their symbol on our dollar bills, the pyramid, stacks of bricks representing masonry. With the illumined, let me say that again, that's a tough one. With the illumined eye, representing the great architect, Lucifer. You'll want to remember our video called Pyramid Scheme. They've been around a long time, are highly organized, are in positions of power, and have an agenda. They thrive on secrecy, but sometimes bits of their plans come to light. One such bit was a letter written by Freemason Albert Pike, a Confederate officer and attorney, to Giuseppe Mazzini, an Italian nationalist and patriot, in 1871. This letter graphically outlined plans for 3 world wars that were seen as necessary to bring about the one world order that would enable the Illuminati to control the entire world. I've copied portions of the letter here that I'm going to read to you. The First World War must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the czars in Russia and of making that country a fortress of atheistic communism. At the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy the other governments and in order to weaken the religions. The Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would then be restrained and held in check until the time when we would need it for the final social cataclysm. The Third World War must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the State of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economic exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and of the bloodiest turmoil. Then everywhere the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization, and the multitude, disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out into public view. This manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. Wow. This is not science fiction. It's an actual historical document. And though it was written years before any of the wars took place, we can look at history and see that World War I and World War II unfolded exactly as it was outlined above, with identical results. As we look at the news and the events unfolding around us now, we can see the stage being set for World War III, with the key players being apocalyptic Islam and the nation of Israel. I wrote this in 2015. Today it's 2026, and the U.S. is at war with Iran. The U.S. and Israel are at war with Iran. The war is happening. What is it going to take to make it a third world war? It can happen just like that. It's happening right now, in our time, on our TVs. World War III is imminent, and it has been planned and cultivated, not just since Albert Pike's time, but since the day Lucifer was ejected from heaven. So what happens now? Is it too late? Is the end of all things upon us? I have good news. Satan may have his plan, and it's falling into place, but God has his plan too. I've read the end of the book, and God wins this epic showdown. in which mankind is entrenched. It's not too late to make sure you are on the side that wins. Commit to God through His Son, Jesus Christ. He has promised those that do, I am with you always, even to the end of the world. And the end is nearer than you think. Of all of the articles in the bigger picture, this one is the most timely, the most urgent, the most needed to be heard and understood. I'm going to post this video as part of the bigger picture, but I'm going to post this one separately as well. Hopefully with an eye-catching thumbnail that will get people scrolling through YouTube to open it and listen to it, because it is needed now. People need to know. And if you've come across it, please be sure to share it. It's that important. And in that way, you help spread the word. Thank you. God bless you.